In the name of Almighty God, Allah, Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all holy praises are forever due, and in the name of our spiritual mother Mary of the book, Moses in the person of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Almighty Allah's last and greatest messenger, John the Baptist, may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, and in the name of their first begotten Son of truth, Silas Muhammad, I'd like to greet you with the greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. My topic today is the religion of Islam, and as a subtopic, a knowledge of the two gods. We find here in the Holy Quran a very important subject. There is a situation where, say, if you ask a fellow Muslim brother or sister, what is Allah? By that I mean you have some terms used by Christian believers. They say, to them, God is love. Well, what is Allah? Since there's just one God. Is Allah love? What is it according to the Holy Quran? If you ask someone that, be they Muslim, woman, man, or child, what do you think the answer might be? But let us examine it from a Quranic perspective. I have a Holy Quran here on my desk, written by Maulana Muhammad Ali here, and I have a Bible here, and I have a dictionary here. Why do I have these three books? Because I feel it's important for me to reference to them, because sometimes you may have to define a word for our people out here, and sometimes it's necessary to refer to both books that are considered holy books by both religions. Most scholars use both books. You have some Muslims that won't even look at a Bible. And you probably have some Christians that won't even look at a Quran. But you'll find the scholars using both books. So I have both books on my table. Allow me to address it here. What is Allah? According to the Holy Quran, in the 22nd chapter, 6th verse, it reads, allow me a second, allow me to find it here for you. In the Holy Quran, 6th chapter, pardon, not the 6th chapter, but the 22nd chapter, the 6th verse. In the Holy Quran, 22nd chapter, 6th verse, it reads in the English, on the English side, that is because Allah, He is the truth, and He gives life to the dead, and He is possessor of power over all things. I want to focus on this first portion of the statement when I say, what is Allah? It's in the 22nd chapter here, 6th verse, or in the 22nd surah, for those that speak Arabic, the 6th ayat, it says, that is because Allah, He is the truth. Well, some Muslims sometimes we argue. You have some Muslims, they'll say, well, you're an English speaker. You don't fully understand because you don't read the Arabic side. They say you don't read the Arabic side, so they throw that at you in order to throw you off. Well, let us look at some of the Arabic side here. It reads, ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْحَقُّ. I'm reading slowly. ذَلِكَ, that, بِأَنَّ, is because Allah God, Huwa, He, El Haq, is the truth. So this Holy Quran says the same thing on the Arabic side that it says on the English side, that Allah, He is the truth. It doesn't read that is because Allah is the truth. It says that is because Allah, He is the truth. Now, according to the English language, what does He mean? He means man. If you look it up in any ordinary English dictionary, you'll find that He is a pronoun, and it is a pronoun word that represents man or the male human being. So according to the Holy Quran, Allah is the truth. Why is that necessary to know? Or, pardon me, Allah, He is the truth. Why is that necessary to know? Since He means man. In other words, that is because Allah, man, is the truth. What we want to know is, who is the truthful man on the planet? If we could find the truthful man on the planet, or the man of truth on the planet, or the man that is truth in reality, we find what? We find God. Well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that every time you look at a black man, you're looking at God. So, the black man is Allah. The black man is the one who could be the truth. That's what made him so important. That's why Almighty Allah, Master Farah Muhammad, traveled the earth to find what? That original man. Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, maker, creator, owner, cream of the planet Earth, and God of the universe. Let us look at it. This book says, Allah, He, that man is the truth. So, who are we looking for? Truthful men. Why is that so important? Let us examine the religion of Islam. In what we call Orthodox Islam, they say that the Muslim is based upon 5 pillars. And according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the 5 pillars of Islam would remain the same. But I'm here to tell you that Islam, it renews itself. Because what I'm talking about here is contemporary Islam. Contemporary meaning modern. Modern Islam. Has Islam really been practiced? Is it a religion or is it a way of life? Allow me to address a further issue concerning this religion according to the Holy Quran. In chapter 9 of the Holy Quran, let's move on to it here. In chapter 9 of the Holy Quran, the 33rd verse, or in Surah 9, Ayat 33, it says, He meaning Allah, He it is who sent His messenger with guidance and the religion of truth, that He may cause it to prevail over all religions, though the polytheists are averse. It said that Allah did what? He sent His messenger with the religion of truth. Okay, let us go at it again. On the Arabic side, it reads, Huwala Thea Sala Wasula Hu Il Huda Wadin Il Haq. Now why is that's important? And why did I even approach it from the Arabic side? Because in the Arabic it says Il Huda with the guidance wa and Deen al Haq. What is the Deen al Haq, or Deen of truth? In fact, what is the Deen? In Arabic they say, or yes, in Arabic. In Arabic, the Muslims say the Deen is that way of life which is followed that is Islam. Or Deen is a action you follow, or that which you do, say in accordance to Islamic law and what have you. So if he sent his messenger with the Deen, that's what I want to talk to you about. What is this Deen, or what is the religion of truth? Because the religion of truth is this contemporary Islam that I'm addressing you about. It says the religion of truth, or the Deen al-Haq. What is this Deen al-Haq? What is that way of life that leads to Islam? You may say, I never heard of the religion of truth. Thus, I really don't know how is it practiced. I know the religion of Islam. I know how to practice that, but I don't know the religion of truth. Well, if his messenger was sent by Allah with the religion of truth, and if the religion of truth, or the Deen al-Haq, is going to overcome all religions, what is it and how is it practiced? Well, it's practiced by speaking the truth and practicing a righteous conduct. Naturally, since Allah, He is the truth, He would send His messenger with a religion of truth. Say what? Since Allah, He is the truth, it would be natural that He sent His messenger with a religion of truth. How is that religion of truth practiced? By speaking the truth and practicing a righteous conduct. As long as I, as a Muslim, speak the truth to my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters and practice righteousness, I will achieve Islam between them and myself. That is the Deen, or the way of life that leads to Islam. Because the significant meaning of Islam is peace. How do you achieve peace? You achieve it by speaking the truth to your brothers and sisters and practicing a righteous conduct. So Islam is not really a religion, but it's a way of life, a Deen. It is that way of life that leads to peace. And Islam, which is peace, is a condition in life, not a religion. How do you achieve that condition of life? By practicing speaking the truth, by practicing righteousness. That's why the Holy Quran says, or it reads, and Abraham was an upright man, a Muslim. What do they mean by upright? Meaning he was righteous. He was an upright man. He practiced righteousness. Let me move on a little further into this information. Let us examine the two gods. Since I told you that Allah was a black man and that He is a black man of truth, and He's also a righteous man, or a righteous God? If Allah, the truth, the black man is a righteous God, when then where do we find the unrighteous God? Let us examine it from the perspective of the books, both the Bible and the Holy Quran. In order for me to address it clear to you, I am going to refer over into this Bible, the King James Version. In the Bible, you have a conversation here with Jesus. And Jesus, in the chapter of St. John, he's conversing or talking to the Jews. And I'm going to start from St. John chapter 8, verse 38, and read down to the 44th verse. In St. John 8, chapter 38, and this is a red letter edition, they say the red lettering is Jesus' words. So I'm starting out with Jesus' words, which are in red letters, verse 38. I speak that which I have seen with my Father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father. The Jews, in verse 39, they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said unto them, if ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that had told you the truth, which I have heard of God. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. And they said unto him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even God. Jesus said unto them, if God were your Father, ye would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. And then in the 44th verse here of St. John 8 chapter verse 9, he says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye would do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. Now that's just descriptive of the devil and his ways, but let me make it a little bit clearer. Who is this man who has the nature of lying and murder? In fact, if Allah, the black man, is the truth, are we referring to man? In fact, no, we're not. We're referring to mankind, a man who's a kind or a like man, a man made in the image and likeness of the black man. That man is mankind. If all men were the same, you would have no need for the two words, man and mankind. So let us look at it from Jesus of 2,000 years ago perspective. Jesus, Isa ben Yusuf, Jesus the son of Joseph. When he was conversating, in this conversation with the Jews, who possibly could he be referring to? Well, since we're in the Bible, let's look back. He says here that he was a liar and murderer in the beginning. In what beginning? Let's go to the beginning of the Bible, where it talks about making the heavens and the earth. The first book of the Bible is called Genesis, and it starts with the words, in the beginning. It reads, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. So in this first book, which they, the Christians call the first book of Moses or the first book of Musa, he talks about a man by the name of Adam. Now, who is Adam? According to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Adam is the father of the white race. And it reads here about Adam, that Adam was a made man. Because God says in this book, let us make a man. This man that God made was Adam. This made man is not the original man. He's not the creator. He didn't come with creation. He was made by one of our black scientists. But that's not the important point I want to get to. Here, this made man Adam, he has two sons. One son is named Cain, and the other son is named Abel. And in this, pardon me, I want to try to find it for you here, this story about Adam's two sons. For it reads that Adam had two sons in this Bible. And what happened and why is this important is because, yeah, I find it here. It says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth. That's Old English. In other words, Cain was angry, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where's Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. So, what did Cain do? He took his brother out into the garden or into the field, and he killed him. And when God came, Cain lied to God. When God asked him, where was his brother? Cain, having killed him, replied, I know not. Thus, he was a liar before God and a murderer. Jesus, he saw the use of Jesus 2,000 years ago had a knowledge of the books of the Old Testament. In his addressing the Jews, told them that their father was a liar and a murderer. We find that liar and murderer as being one of the sons of Adam. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that Adam was the father of the white race, who who is Adam. Adam is mankind, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Caucasian man. So you have a knowledge of the two gods. You have a knowledge of the God of righteousness, who is the black man, and you have a knowledge of the God of unrighteousness, who is white mankind. I won't say white man, I won't make it clear to you. White mankind. Now, I didn't bring that out to make mockery of the white man or white mankind. For I want you to know that there was a reason for God allowing one of our black scientists to make a devil. But before I go into the reason Allah allowed one of our black scientists to make a devil, let me just back up here, because I don't want to forget about our Muslim brothers and sisters over here, because that same story is told over here in the Holy Quran. I know most Christian brothers and sisters never heard it, so I want to read this Quranic version of the story out of the Quran. It reads here that when, as far as making a mankind, it says, and when thy Lord said to the angels, I am going to place a ruler in the earth, they said, wilt thou place in it such as make mischief in it and shed blood? And we celebrate thy praise and extol thy holiness. He said, surely I know what you know not. That was our black scientist Yaqub talking there. He was considered a god. He told the righteous among him that I know what you know not. The Holy Quran referring to them as angels. He said, surely I know what you know not. He were experimenting with, they say the gene cells on what you really could call the sperm cells of the original black man. And he found a black gene and a brown gene in those DNA molecules. And he decided that if he could separate the brown gene out of the black man's DNA from the black gene, that he could make a race of people. And he, through the study of DNA, brought out or separated through a birth control law the albino, and made an exclusively albino race of people, because that's where this white mankind